It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday, August 11, 2022. I'm on my way to Bar Harbor right now and to do some grocery shopping and have a look at the crowding there. On the way, we're going to check out the park trails here in the Seawall section of Acadia National Park. We're just coming up to the Ship Harbor Trail. This is it right here. You see there are a lot of cars here parked on the side of the road, lots of people walking around. The last few days we've had very high numbers here. Yesterday I counted 110 cars at the Ship Harbor Trail and the Wonderland Trail, and there are about another 40 cars over at the Seawall area. And then earlier in the week, I counted 134 cars at Ship Harbor in Wonderland. Just mad. It was parked up almost solid from Wonderland to Ship Harbor. As you can see, you have to go very slowly through here because we got people backing out, people walking around, opening the door of their car, kids running around. It really slows everything down, and you just have to be careful because you never know when somebody's going to walk out into the road. Doesn't look like that many here right now, maybe 70 cars at the two parking areas. And I'll come back when we get over to Seawall proper. Now, just past the Seawall picnic area, I didn't go in today because I do want to get over to Bar Harbor before it gets too late in the day. And here is Seawall proper. It doesn't look like there are too many people here today. The ocean, as you can see, is very flat today. There's been very little wind the last couple days, and there are only 4 cars here and a few people. But, you know, yeah, very calm on the ocean today. Almost no wind, and there's not supposed to be any through tomorrow either. So we decided to make this trip to Bar Harbor rather than take the boat out this afternoon. Now when I get to Southwest Harbor, we're gonna pull over to the waterfront on the south side of the harbor just to have a look at what boats are out there. Yesterday, the New York Yacht Club Summer Cruise was in Southwest Harbor, and there were at least 100 visiting yachts, ranging from New York Yacht Club standard small boats, you know, 50 footers, up to 150 footers. None of the really big yachts that sometimes show up were there. I didn't see, with one exception, any of the really fancy restored classic yachts. And the one exception was a New York 40 sailing yacht named Merrily from 1926, which looked brand new. Anyway, I'll come back when we get over to the waterfront on the south side of Southwest Harbor. Okay, I'm at Southwest Harbor. This is the Manset Town Dock on the south side of the harbor. And I'm looking over to, in the distance there is the entrance to Somme Sound. Yesterday there were a lot of big sailboats and powerboats anchored over there, and they're pretty much all gone. And out here, yesterday the Hinckley mooring field was full, and there are lots of vacant mooring balls out there. Let's take a look. The town's rental moorings, I can see a couple vacancies, so I'd say most of the New York Yacht Club boats have gone. Looking over at the marina, there were half a dozen big, like 100-foot sailboats there yesterday, and a number of large motor yachts. One motor yacht and one sailboat are still there, but other than that, it's pretty much emptied out. So I would say that the New York Yacht Club Summer Cruise has headed back to wherever they came from or wherever their next destination is. Okay, I'm just passing Acadia National Park headquarters, and up here just a little bit, as soon as this truck turns, we will pass the Eagle Lake Carriage Road access. And I expect that this time of year there are going to be a bunch of cars parked alongside the road. It's just up here a couple of 100 yards. Here's a sign for it. There are access points on both sides of the road. The one on the lake side of the road, which would be the right hand side as we head toward Bar Harbor, only has parking for about 6 cars. And here is the main access point up here. It's on the left, right after we go across this little bridge, which is a stone bridge over the carriage road. And surprisingly, there aren't that many cars parked on the road. Slow down, because I don't know what these cyclists are going to do. The parking lot is full though, and yeah, there's still quite a few cars. They go a ways out here. And people coming and going. So it's not super crowded. That's probably because a lot of people took off at lunchtime. And it will fill back up this afternoon as we get a little later into the day. It's 1:29 right now. Okay, here we come into the older part of Bar Harbor as we pass through the stoplight and head down toward Main Street. I'm going to do this video in 2 parts. I'm going to drive through and then head over to the supermarket. And after the supermarket, if I can find a place to park, I will walk into downtown. Just have to see what it's like. As you can see, there are quite a few people walking around. There's a big crowd up here. I do not know what they're doing there. A big crowd of people. Some sort of tour, I think. And lots of other people walking around, and we're still, 4 or 5 blocks from downtown. We have to wait, let some people go across the road. And we're coming up to Main Street. Straight ahead, those cars that have their brake lights on up there are the line to turn onto Main Street. And looks like there are a few places you can park here. Not a lot, but a few. As we come up to Main Street. Now this is the biggest backlog really in going through downtown, is turning onto Main Street. Sometimes it can take a while. While we're waiting, we'll take a look at the village green over here. And if you think back to some of my winter videos when there wasn't anybody on the green, that was covered with snow, you can see it's transformed a little bit. There are quite a few people out there lying on the grass and everything as we come up to Main Street, where hopefully I won't be sitting there for a long time waiting to turn. Okay, I managed to turn onto Main Street. I took advantage of pedestrians blocking traffic to let me turn into a gap in automobile traffic as we head down here on Main Street. And as you can see, it's pretty severely parked up. Not too many spaces available. One may open up now and then. There's lots and lots of people on the sidewalks waiting to go into restaurants for a late lunch. So it's pretty crazy down here right now in Bar Harbor at 1:38 on Thursday afternoon, August 11, 2022. And you can really tell that this is the peak of the season. And we'll go down and loop around on the town dock, and I'm gonna head over to the supermarket. I don't know if I'll be coming back into this part of town to walk through, simply because it's really crowded and there's not much in the way of parking available. It would just be luck if somebody happened to pull out of a spot that I can get the truck into. So lots of people down here at Agamont Park as well, sitting on the grass, and lines of people waiting to go out on whale watchers. That's what all these people here are lined up for, a spot on a whale watcher. And so we will try to turn here as we head over to the town dock. But it looks pretty busy. Oh, somebody's backing out of a parking place. That won't last long. I suspect one of the people ahead of me will take it. Yep. So here we go, down to the town dock. Schooner Margaret Todd is over there at the dock, waiting for its next load of passengers to go out for a 2-hour cruise on Frenchman Bay, which is the body of water here. And here we go. We'll see what the town dock looks like. And it's pretty busy. And I don't see any parking spots open down here on the town dock. So a lot of people park down here because you can get a little bit longer term parking spot, and that makes it, which is necessary if you're going out on a whale watcher. So here we go, we'll make a turn around. Tide is high enough that you cannot at this time get over to Bar Island, but I think the low tide is about 5 o'clock today, so you will be able to walk over there later this afternoon, starting probably about 3:30. Okay, yeah, as you can see, it is solidly parked up down here, and you can see all the people on the slope up there in the grass of Agamont Park. And I'm not going to try to run through Main Street again. I'm going to go out West Street and turn to go to the supermarket. So we'll continue. If these people decide to not just sit here, I will continue. Okay, here we go. And we will head straight rather than turn and go back up through downtown. And you can see Bar Harbor is packed with people today. And it looks like the whale watchers are doing a box office business, as they have, you know, a couple hundred people waiting to get aboard. Lots of people eating lunch. The restaurants look full. So this is typical Bar Harbor in August. Pretty much this way every day all the way through August. And this is the most crowded that I have seen it in 2022. But I haven't been here since early July, so. Okay. Just groups of people waiting. And lots of people walking around. So if you want to experience crowding here on Mount Desert Island, come in August. And this is what you will get. And as you can see, there's no parking available out here either. Except there is some private parking available, apparently $3 an hour. On-street parking costs $2 an hour. So if you use a parking meter. We're just going to go up here and make a left turn and head over toward the supermarket. So I guess since I don't think I'm going to walk in Bar Harbor, I'll end this segment of the video here. Well, I'm finished at the supermarket. We're heading out of Bar Harbor. I'm going down Cottage Street, and I will see what it's going to take to turn up here. Could be a while until there's a gap. I might end up turning right just to avoid having to wait a long time. And as you can see, Cottage Street is completely parked up, even down here at the far end of town. And it was, the rest of it was parked up as well. Oh, wait. Nope, that's not a parking spot. Oh, there is one parking spot. The next to the last parking spot on Cottage Street. So it's pretty crazy down here right now in Bar Harbor. And whoa, I think I can turn right after this guy goes by. And now we'll head back up to the stoplight where I will make a right, and we will head out of town on Route 233. So as you can see, Bar Harbor is an absolute madhouse here on Thursday afternoon. It's now 2:27, and we came into town about 1:35, and it's just nuts today. I haven't seen it that crowded since the last time I was here and a cruise ship was in. And if you think it was crowded on Main Street today, when there's a cruise ship in, you can add a couple thousand people to Main Street. I don't believe there have been any cruise ships yet this year. I certainly haven't seen any heading into Frenchman Bay. So it's a total madhouse here right now. As I said, in about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, when the kids go back to school, that's going to change the population here a lot, particularly midweek, and things will start to slow down. Now, for the last couple of years, there were still significant numbers of tourists all the way into November. So, although I expect it to slow down a little starting in September, it will still be busy through September and at least into October. And in October, a lot of businesses will start shutting down. In particular, a lot of restaurants will start closing, not because they don't have customers, but because they don't have staff. One of the problems is that traditionally a lot of college kids work in Bar Harbor and on Mount Desert Island in the summer, but they go back to school starting in late August, early September, and that dries up a lot of the labor. And last year in Southwest Harbor, several restaurants shut down in September because they didn't have any staff left. And that also happened in Bar Harbor. So you've seen what it looks like over here today. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. I will be back here next month and every month for the foreseeable future. So Bar Harbor, you can get a look at Bar Harbor throughout the year by watching my videos. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.